Hey guys, I'm David DeMuzio.
And I'm Steve Cook.
This is Hair Loss Hope. And I got asked a question by a viewer, which basically amounted to, is there a reason why you wouldn't get a hair transplant over again? The exact question was from John, and he said, so knowing what you went through to get a full head of hair with multiple transplants, would you do it all again? Would you do it the same way with the same doctors? Was it worth it overall? I thought this was an awesome question. So I have definitely made some mistakes, and not all of them were necessarily my fault, but you can't control everything. So I kind of tell you what I would do over again. So, first off, just to get the question out of the way, I would definitely have a hair transplant over again. 100% I would go the hair transplant route, especially where I was at. So I'll show a couple pictures of where my head was at hair wise when I started to go bald. The only way I think at that point for me to get back a youthful looking hairline was to have surgery. I don't think that I would have been able to do it with medication, and definitely not with the medication that was available to me at the time or that I knew about. I would definitely, if I had to do it over again, get on the pill that I'm currently on, which is one pill a day, oral finasteride 5 milligrams, oral minoxidil 1.1 milligrams, and oral biotin 1 milligrams. And it's just one little tiny pill, and I take it every single day. And I will be probably for the rest of my life. And that brings me to probably my biggest single mistake that I could have affected myself. And so that is that I got off of finasteride for a few years after my third hair transplant. I got off of finasteride, and I think I was off it for about 3 years. And so I definitely saw some regression over the course of those 3 years. And I think that was my biggest mistake. So if I had to do it over again, I would never have gotten off finasteride. And actually, prior to that, I was on and off finasteride 2 or 3 times even prior to that experience, just because there wasn't a lot of education. Obviously, YouTube wasn't even really a thing when I started losing my hair. Maybe YouTube was like just kind of starting, but nobody talked about hair loss on YouTube for sure. It was just a guy named Fred making some funny videos back then, and a couple people doing covers, Boise Avenue and things. So if I had to do it over again, I would definitely get FUT surgery first. 100%, that's what I'm sure that I would do. I think most likely I would have gotten probably 2 FUT surgeries as a start, and then I probably would have gotten like 1 FUE surgery. So I think I probably have had at least like 1 extra surgery beyond what I probably would have really needed. If I wouldn't have gotten off finasteride for that period of time. If I'd started on finasteride and the oral minoxidil, if that was available back when I first started losing my hair, then I think I probably could have gotten away with maybe 1 procedure for my whole life. So, yeah, that's kind of what I would do. Now, as far as doctors go, the first doctor that I ever used, he lost his medical license in Tennessee shortly after my second procedure with him. And allegedly, well, not even allegedly, you can go online and look up, and he claimed that he was Jesus and all kinds of stuff like that, and was committed to a mental institution against his will. So I probably wouldn't have picked him, especially for my second surgery, because he was going through all that crazy mental stuff at the time. And I was left with quite a large scar from that surgery, just because I don't think that he was in a good mental state at the time. It doesn't seem like. So I wouldn't have picked the same doctors had to do it over again, but that's something that no one could have really known except for that guy, right? This is not something you unfortunately can't really get to know all of your surgeons like your best friend, like Dr. McGrath has become over the past 6 or 7. How long have I known Dr. McGrath? 7 years now, I think.
I think it's close to 7 years.
Yeah, 7 years. So Dr. McGrath, who did my recent surgery, I've known him now 7 years, stayed at his house. I know all his family and everything like that. So that's a completely different relationship. I can feel very confident that I know what he's going through mentally, but all of us can't do that, unfortunately, with our surgeons. So yeah, that's probably the only thing that I would have changed, would have been no finasteride, or never getting off finasteride. Don't don't do that if you get on it. And then, yeah, the surgeon thing is just kind of how can you pick that? But I definitely would still get probably the same FUT surgeries to start, and then probably an FUE surgery to kind of fill some stuff in and soften my hairline up maybe a little bit at the end. So I hope this answers your question. Let me know if you have any more. Hey, what's up, guys? I'm down here performing at Maho Sinesta Beach Resort here in St. Martin, and I brought these right here with me. These were made by my friend Brian, who I went to Brazil with last summer, and these are his hair fibers. He did a ton of work trying to find the best formulation of hair fibers, and this is actually a video right here. This is real time, 27 seconds, including him putting it on, patting, combing, everything. 27 seconds. What these do for your hair. It's pretty incredible. So I brought these with me because I'm performing here, super bright lights. I want to feel my most confident from every single angle, no matter what lights are shining on me, and these do it for sure. My hair looks awesome when I use these. So I think this is one of the most underutilized things for guys with thinning or thin hair. You can use my code. My code is HOPE. So if you go to the link in the video description and use the code HOPE, you will get 25% off. That's my affiliate link. I'd love you to support Brian. Get something that you're definitely going to use and is going to improve your life. And yeah, HOPE 25% off. See ya.